Hey guys, have you ever received an unexpected card or letter in the mail? Do you remember how excited you were to open something up that was actually addressed to you? During this pandemic, we've all been so isolated. I know that we have friends or family members that we haven't been able to get together with for our normal lunches. We've missed all the holidays. And I know that these people in your lives would love to get a card or a letter from you. I'm Casey Sanders, and today I'm going to discuss what to write in a greeting card or a letter, how to address an envelope, and finally how to mail it out. So I was stationed in Germany for 3 years during a time when not everyone had internet access and not everyone had email addresses. Phone calls were expensive, so cards and letters were the primary means of communication. I think over the 3 years I was stationed there, I probably received hundreds and received and wrote hundreds of cards and letters. So I know how good it feels to receive an unexpected card. So let's talk about what to write in your card or letter. Well, first of all, it doesn't have to be a book. The fact that you're sending a card or a letter to someone might mean just as much as what's written on the inside. When it comes to cards, especially, they're very simple. They've already got a pre written greeting. It's really easy for you just to throw in a, hey, I miss you. I'm thinking of you. Hope to see you next Christmas. Something along those lines. If you want to send out a letter, that's great. It gives you a lot more ability to send out more details about your life, about your family. For myself, I have a tendency to half write letters and let them sit on my desk for months before I mail them out. So, if this is the first time you're sending something out, for simplicity's sake, for today, I'm going to concentrate on the simplicity of sending out a letter or a card. I'm sorry, sending out a greeting card. So, now that we have an idea of what we're going to write in our greeting card, let's talk about what we'll need to actually mail it out. So, the greeting card comes with its own envelope, but what we do need are addresses, the address you're sending it to, and then your own address, which is called the return address. You'll need a pen, and then you'll need a stamp. So, you can write, you can use whatever you want to write on the inside of the greeting card, a pen, a marker, a highlighter, a crayon. But when it comes to the envelope, you will need to write it in pen. Stamps today are 55 cents. You can buy them at Walmart, you can buy them at the post office, you can even buy them at Holiday gas station. I always recommend that people buy what are called forever stamps. Those are stamps that are good regardless of what the price of stamps go up to. So, for example, if you buy a forever stamp today at 55 cents, tomorrow it goes up to 58 cents. You don't need to buy an additional 3-cent stamp. That forever stamp is still valid. So now that we've got all of our information in regards to what we need to address a letter, let's talk about actually addressing our envelopes. Okay, so let's start off with the address that we're sending it to. Down in the lower right hand corner, we've got the name, the street address, the city, state, and zip code. And again, this is the address we're sending it to. Next, we'll talk about your address, or again, what's called the return address. Same format, name, street address, city, state, and zip code. And it's called the return address because if the post office can't mail this letter out, they will return it to this address here. So this is what your final envelope is going to look like. You're going to have both addresses and your stamp in the upper right hand corner. Now you'll notice that I didn't put my stamp on until I had both addresses correctly on there. If I put my stamp on and then I mess up on addressing my envelope, I have to throw the envelope away. I just wasted 55 cents. So I have got my properly stamped and addressed envelope. How do I actually mail it out? Well, if you've got your own mailbox, it's simple. You throw it out in your mailbox, you raise your red flag, let your mail carrier know they've got something to pick up. If you live in a townhouse, a condo, or an apartment complex, you can throw it into the outgoing mail slot. You can also, of course, drive it to the post office. Inside, they've got an outgoing mail slot, or you can throw it in any of the blue post office boxes. So, in conclusion, I talked today about simple things that you can write inside your greeting cards. I'm thinking of you, I miss you, things like that. I talked about how to address your envelope, the name, street address, city, state, and zip code. And of course, I also talked about where to mail out your greeting card. You know, I don't think that there's anyone that hasn't been negatively affected by this pandemic. Um, I'd like for you guys to think about someone, friend, family, that you know could really use a pick me up. You know, I hope that you guys go out, buy a greeting card today, and brighten someone's day. Thank you.